Hi everyone, it's Bev DeBono. And our technique tonight is Noteworthy Simple Page Kit number 4. Now these page kits are really fast, simple kits that you can take and assemble a 2-page spread just using the contents in the kit and your 12-inch trimmer. It comes with stickers, and you can also get this nice exclusive pack from your advisor. But I like to also show, and these come with pictures of what your page is going to look like. But I'm also going to give you the measurements so that you can recreate this page using different papers. And so this in this instruction sheet that they put with the kit actually becomes more like a sketch. So I've already done this is the actual kit, and this is the variation. Exactly the same measurements, exactly the same pages, and don't they look totally different? What I like about this particular kit is that you can fit 5 pictures on each page. And a lot of us tend to put, I know I put quite a few pictures on my pages as well. So let's get started. I'm going to create the actual page kit 4. And as I go along, I'm going to give you the measurements so that you can then create your own base pages. Okay, taking the kit out, we have the instruction sheet. Like I said, you have a sheet of stickers. And you have 3 papers, 3 designer papers. 2 of them already have your base laid out. Okay, and the third sheet, so this is your base, and the third sheet has the markings of where you're going to cut this page. And the other side, the flip side, actually is already printed so that you don't have to use different sheets of paper. So I'm going to give you those measurements as we go along. So if you're going to create your base on cardstock or on a tonal paper, you would need 2 sheets of your base, and you would need 2 4x12s. One's going to go at the bottom, one's going to go on the side. Okay, and you need 2 2x8s. 2 2x8s. Okay, so I'm gonna, when I get to there, I'm gonna actually cut them as we go along. Okay, so base, 2 4x12s, and 2 2x8s. And if you're using a paper that has direction, then you're going to have to cut so that you have the paper going in the right direction. Okay, so that's how you get your base. And then we need 2 1-inch strips that are going to form our cutoff point. Don't worry, I'm going to recreate this all again on the variation. Okay, so let's take our third sheet. Let's flip it over. We're going to cut right on these lines. I'm going to cut line 1, and that's really going to be at a 1-inch mark. So I'm lining line 1 at the 1-inch mark. Move it down again to the 1-inch mark. And that becomes my other strip. So we need 2 strips, 1x12. And the rest of these are mats. Okay, so we need 4 4x6s. So I'm just now cutting right on my cut line. Okay, so I'm lining it up on the cut line. And I'm using my multi-purpose tool and going under my hidden top piece there and moving that plastic guide down to make sure that I'm cutting right on the line. Okay, I'm cutting right on the line. All right, and I'm going to just, if I have to slide it over ever so slightly, I'm going to do that to make sure that it's cutting right on the line. Okay, and then these are going to be at the 4-inch mark because these are my mats 4x6. So 5, 4, and 3 are cut right at the 4-inch mark. Okay, and I have 3 of the mats. And now I have pieces 6, 7, 8. I'm going to turn them to the side. Number 6 is going to be at the 6-inch mark because that's going to be my last 4x6 mat. So you need 4 4x6 mats. And then these next 2 pieces are really going to become title mats. And these are going to be 3x4s. 3x4s. Okay, so I'm just going to line up and cut between 7 and 8. Again, always line up and make sure that you're in the, but you're cutting right on that cut line. Okay, how simple is that? We're going to assemble now. So you have your 4x12 strip at the left side and the bottom. Your 2x8 strips on the right side and the top of the left. And now we have 2 1-inch strips that are going to go right above that 4-inch strip. Okay, and it should be some kind of a contrasting color or something that's going to lend some nice color to your creation here. That's going to go right at the 4-inch mark, right at the top, right above that 4-inch, section right there. Might be kind of hard to see because this is teal and that's a little teal stripe. Okay, so you want something that has a little variation. And that's going to line right up at the 4-inch mark. Down. And now I look right at the sheet here, the instruction sheet, and I'm going to place my mats exactly where they tell me to place it. On the left side, I have 2 going this way with the little mat. The title mat box is going to go right to the left. I mean, to the right of that. And then on my left side, I have the 2 4x6s. The bottom one is straight on the bottom, and then the other one kind of is angled to the top so that we have kind of this angle look. Now, if you don't like the angle look, you can certainly put your pages like this. Okay, so it's all what you like. Okay, and then this one, I would maybe angle just the top piece. Okay, so we're ready to tape it down. Before we do that, we're going to add the little strip here that comes in the pack, the sticker strip. Okay, so there are 2 of them, and the little dots actually come out of the inside, so they make this little open circle. Now these papers all blend with the Noteworthy collection from Creative Memories. And this circle that we have here kind of goes along with the two punches that came with that collection, slide reel and cyclic cycles. So this whole collection is one that you see just all one relates to the other. And I am putting this right in the middle of that 1-inch strip. So this is going to go at 4.5 side to side. So if you're recreating this and using a variation, you could use a border maker cartridge or you could use a sticker strip. They both don't have to match. It can both be two different ones. Oh, I put that on a little crooked. No worries. No mistakes in scrapbooking. I'll just cover it. Okay, so I'm taking this one out. Now I'm going to really do it the right way. 4.5. Then I'm going to take my time going top to bottom and 4.5 at the top. Okay. And now I'm ready to add my mats. So like I said, this calls for the mats to be slanted. I did slant them because I wanted it to look like what was in the instruction sheet. But if you don't like that look, you can certainly have yours going up and down without the slant. Okay, so the left side, I'm just putting my first brown mat about a 1/2 inch from the bottom, centered on the tonal. And then the next one is touching the tip and then slanted a little bit. And then my title mat, which is a 3x4, just goes and gets tilted a little bit under there. Okay, and I'm going to add actually, I'm going to add my embellishments when we're done. I'm going to do both at the same time. So this page, I'm going to do the two mats. I'm going to have them meet in the middle and overlap in the middle so that we're keeping this theme here of that overlapping, just touching that little section. So there's little things that repeat, and that helps your eye. Okay, that one's going to go a little further down. This one's going to touch and go underneath a little bit. Okay, and then my other title mat is going to go right off to the side and just get nestled right under there, under that mat. Okay, and that's what that looks like up close. Okay, let's add our embellishments from our sticker sheet. We already have the two borders. So on the left side, on this title mat here, the 3x4 title mat, I'm going to put Making Memories Every Day. And I'm going to pop that up on foam, and I'm going to put the little books with the coffee or teacup and the plant. Just going to nestle that underneath a little bit. And then I'm going to take some of these little green leaves, and I'm going to put it kind of by the Making Memories. It's just going to pop it a little bit, and the one down near the bottom of that. So that's what it looks like, nice and close. Okay, and then I'm going to add 2 little coffee cups here on the where the 2 borders are. I mean, the 2 mats are. And those are going to come from the extra embellishment little pack. So I'm going to take the coffee cup that looks like a Starbucks cup, and then the other one that has a little heart on it. And I'm just going to put them at the bottom of one of the mats. Okay, just like that, just to pop it a little bit, just to give it a little something there. And we're going to be adding our dots, so we're going to pop that a little bit more. And then the bottom here, because I like to keep it in a little, grouping of 3s, I'm going to have the watering can with the flowers. Again, from your exclusive pack, the books with the coffee cup and saucer on the top. I'm going to pop up the books and the coffee cup and saucer. And then I'm going to put the word love in there. So you have a small little word love that's in this sticker sheet. Okay, so that is what that cluster will look like. Okay, now let's finish the right-hand side and then we'll add our dots all together. So on the right-hand side, in that section that has the title mats here, I used the other title that said Coffee and Friends with the blue mug. And then I put the little brown circle with the coffee coming out on top of that. So that's going to make my title here. And then I'm going to put the chalkboard with the menu. That's going to go on the title mat. And you can leave room to put, people's names, a date, something like that. I just think it's just kind of fun. If you want, you can add the saucers, the saucer with all the cups on it. I'm just going to nestle that a little underneath it, I think. And then maybe put one of the muffins. Yep, let me just lift up that sticker and nestle that underneath. And then one of these little muffins going to go under there. Okay, so that is what that cluster looks like. And then I'm just going to add a little something over here to the left of my other mat. And I'm going to put that, the sticker that says Book Trovert. I'm going to put the little sticker with the heart just above that. Okay, and then also the sticker that has the I guess it could be tea or coffee with a muffin, and that's going to go on the side there. That's great, and that covers up my crooked sticker. Haha. Okay, if you wanted to add more mats on the bottom, which is what I did on these, those mats are going to measure 3.5 by 3.5. Okay, those mats are going to measure 3.5 by 3.5, and you will need 6 of those. Okay, so we'll just do 3.5 by 3.5. This is definitely you have to add this. This did not come with the pack. I just thought it would be. Or you could put a 3.5 by 5, 3.5 by 6, and then a smaller one. You could put 3.5 by 4s. Play around with your photos and see what you can fit in there. But you can definitely fit some nice pictures along the sides and also along the bottom. Okay. All right. So the last thing we have to do is add our dots. Oh, and we're going to add our mats to go along the bottom of that base, the other side also. Where did I put my other mat? It'll show up. 3.5 by 3.5. And like I said, you need 6 of them, or you can do a 3.5 by 6, you know, so that you can have a bigger picture and a smaller one. That's fine too. Whatever works for the photos that that you have. You could also just do 2 if you like. Here's the other one. Okay, so the last thing we have to do is add our dots. So I'm going to take my brown dual tip pen and I'm going to use the thicker side. And I'm just going to add a couple of dots around the stickers just to give them some movement. And I'll show you when I'm done what this will look like. Okay, so on your first page, you've got just a couple of dots around the title, Making Memories. And then a couple along the middle here, and then a couple at the bottom. All right, and then on the other side, just a couple on the side here in the middle, and then a couple around the title. Okay, so that is page kit number 4. I'm sorry, page kit number 3. Now I'm getting mixed up because page kit number 4 did just come out. So, but we just did number 3. Okay, so let's do a variation. You're going to need 2 sheets for your base, and I'm just using a beige cardstock. And on my variation, I'm actually going to be using Hit the Road, which is one of the newer travel collections that Creative Memories just had. And I am really liking it because it's great for road trips, car rides. It's got some fun sayings and things like that, but also the embellishment pack has a lot of fun sayings. Okay, so the first thing we need are 2 4 by 12s, and one is going to go on the bottom right, and the other is going to go on the side left. Okay. Well, this paper that I'm using is really a scrap from something else. But the brown worked really well. Okay, 4 by 12, 2 times. One goes at the bottom. bottom right, and the other one goes on the left side. Okay, now we need two strips that measure 2 by 8. 2 by 8. And we need two of those. Now, this is from the Hit the Road collection, all the license plates, which are fun that you see when you travel. Okay, so 2 by 8. If you are using a paper that has direction, then you have to make sure that you are cutting this in the proper direction. Okay, 2 by 8. And then the other one is 2 by 8. Okay, let's go ahead and put those on the sides. One goes on the left side, the 2 by 8. Oh, I'm gonna actually start it there in case I need to lift it up. Okay, and the other one goes at the top. And I'm using a paper with directions, so I have to make sure that I am putting it right. Okay, and now we need two strips that measure 1 inch by 12. 1 inch by 12. All right, and I'm just going to use a nice bright red for this because I wanted to pop all of this brown. Okay, and the 1 inch by 12 is going to go right above your 4-inch strip. So right above it, we're not overlapping. It's going right above it so that our 4-inch strip can take 3.5 by 3.5 photos. Okay. So this is our base variation. 2 4x12s, two 2x8s, and two 1x12s. Okay, the rest is mats and decoration. So now you have the base measurements and you can use these over and over. Okay. I'm going to cut my mats that are going to go in my bottom section and my side section. And those are 3.5 by 3.5, and we need 6 of those. 3.5 by 3.5. We need 6 of those. Okay. And just like on our other page, we need a sticker strip or a border maker cartridge. If you have the cars, that would be cute that goes along there. You could put cameras if you have a camera. That's for this particular collection. Okay, so I'm going to use on one side, I'm going to use the road. And I'm going to put that right on my 1-inch strip. Okay, and on the other side, I can either put a road or I'm actually going to put a row of cars and campers. I think that would be fun. This is also from the Hit the Road. Okay, so they don't have to be exactly the same. You can certainly do something different from one side to the other as long as it blends. I think you're fine. Okay. All right, and now our last piece was just our mats. Our 4x6 mats, we needed 4 of those. All right, and the ones from this collection, I'm using a gold with little arrows on it. So those mats, and they're the exact same measurements as the other. Let's see, which way did I have the arrows going? There we go. There we go. Okay, exactly the same as the other one. So we have 4x6, 4x6 mats. Okay, and the last thing that we're missing are those little title boxes that we had. And those little title boxes are 3 inches by 4 inches. 3 inches by 4 inches. You need 2 of them. So they are your title mats where your title mats are going to go. All right, so just like the other one, we had a title mat there, and we had a title mat to the left. Okay, so you see how easy this one comes together. We're going to go ahead and tape these all down. All right, I'm going to do one side first. Okay, just like on our original, the bottom mat is going to be straight, about a 1/2 inch up from the top and centered on your base. Your second one is going to just overlap a little bit. All right, and then your title mat is going to go right underneath it. And then I'm going to place my mats here. I'll do my top and my bottom. And then the middle one can actually get centered from there. Okay, I'm going to place my mats on this page now. Fun collection, great for a road trip. It's that time of year where everyone's doing road trips, going places, driving, reunions, all kinds of fun things. All right, and then the title mat is going to go over to the right. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put my other mats on. And then I'll decorate with some nice titles on this one. So the beauty of these is that, you know, you really have a formula. And with that formula, you can then make a bunch of other pages just using that formula. And I like that because see how easy, it's the same page. So I have this title, Let's Hit the Road. We have the car keys, Miles of Smiles. I'm going to put that on there. Okay, and then on the bottom, I'm going to put a car on the road there. And then over here, I'm gonna do something like this, I think. Yep. Okay, and then I'm just going to add my dots because we do. So I'm just going to put a couple dots all around. Okay, so that is the variation using the new Hit the Road. It's a lot of fun. It's a really great new collection. Really very fun. So I hope you liked page kit number 4 with the variations. Let me know which one you liked the best. Let me show you what they were again. This is Hit the Road. And you see it's exact same layout, but they're going to look different. This is National Scrapbook Day. And this is the actual page kit number 3. Okay, so I hope you tune in with me again. I'm Bev DeBono. I have a YouTube channel, Bev DeBono Designs. If you're not currently working with a Creative Memories advisor, I would love if you would order from my website. If you're looking to join a team, I would love to sponsor you. I do have quite a few girls, and we share a lot of creative ideas all together. Okay, hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.